Hi, I'm Eric Dewey.
And this is Steve O'Mooney.
And I'm Matthew Renfro.
And we're Socially Awkward. You're listening to another great production on the Four-Eyed Radio Network. Check out more shows at foureyedradio.com.
Starfleet Escape Podcast. Prepare for launch in 3, 2, 1. Enjoy the ride.
Welcome to the Starfleet Escape Podcast on the Four-Eyed Radio Network, where we escape into the Star Trek universe. This is episode 60 and is being recorded on December 5th, 2015. Today's topic, the 4th annual Star Trek Holiday Gift Guide. I'm Aaron.
And I'm Eric. This episode is brought to you by Revenge Lover, illustration and design that fit your personality. For samples and inquiries, visit revengelover.com. Disclaimer: the prices and availability listed were accurate at the time of a recording and may reflect sale prices that are no longer valid. Prices are listed in US dollars.
Hello, Eric.
Hey, Aaron.
4th annual. It's crazy.
This is nuts. This is crazy.
We haven't done a Would You Buy It segment for a while.
For a long time.
So this is going to be one huge Would You Buy It?
Nice.
As well as a holiday gift guide for all the Trekkies out there.
And this should, really help people, because these are all relatively newer products, right?
Yeah, I stayed away from products that we mentioned in the past, or at least I tried to.
Yeah,
So.
And any one of our listeners can listen to our past holiday gift guides. There's still a ton of products in those that are probably still for sale. So, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Well, we got a pretty big list here, so let's go on down the line, I guess. What's the first category?
All right, so to start off, we're going to go with books.
Who reads those? No.
Nerds. So to start off, we have the autobiography of James T. Kirk, which is available on Amazon. The hardcover is $14.02.
So this is written by David A. Goodman, and he wrote a lot of great episodes of the later season of Enterprise. And this guy is a huge Trekkie. He's actually a writer on Futurama and wrote the Star Trek episodes on Futurama. So the fact that he wrote this book, I think it's going to give a really good canon type of feel to this autobiography.
Right.
And it should be packed with a lot of references to the shows.
Indeed. So it's written in the voice of Captain Kirk, obviously, since it's an autobiography. Do you think Captain Kirk would actually write an autobiography?
I think he would, mainly because he was so reflective of his life in the later movies about what he was doing and what this all means. And he was very much someone who is looking inside himself. So I think he would definitely write a book about his travels, his captaincy, and the fact that everyone in the Star Trek universe, at least most of the captains in the later series, they all have this tremendous respect and honor for James T. Kirk. He's somewhat of a legend.
Right.
So I think he would definitely write an autobiography.
Okay. Now this.
What about you?
Possibly, but I think it's more realistic to have a biography written.
Oh, okay. But I mean, these could be his memoirs.
Yeah.
So you're saying on Amazon this was rated 4 out of 5 stars.
Yep. 4 out of 5 stars. 99 customer reviews. So I think it would be a good book for any Captain Kirk or Star Trek fan out there.
Definitely. Yeah, I'm really curious to actually read this and see what an Star Trek autobiography looks like and how they wrote this. So, yeah.
Right. So would you buy it?
Yeah, I'd buy this.
Okay.
I like Kirk.
Good.
What
All
about
right.
you?
I wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
So
Oh,
next
shoot.
up, next up on the books list we have here, Star Trek costumes: 5 decades of fashion from the final frontier. Also available on Amazon for $38.95.
So this deluxe book showcases the unique costumes of the Star Trek saga, taking 50 years of iconic and highly influential designs. It draws on the entire franchise, including all 12 films and 6 TV series. Star Trek Costumes explores the creation of some of the most memorable garb in the galaxy, telling the complete story of how Star Trek's outlandishly chic wardrobe has been expanded in increasingly thrilling ways throughout the years. I think this is pretty sweet. I saw, because I follow some Star Trek people on Facebook, I saw that like Doug Drexler got a copy and they were talking about it, and it looks amazing. Like, I love how it details all of the costumes. On Amazon, you can preview some of the pages, and there's definitely like behind the scenes and actual close-up pictures of some costume elements, and there's some history there. So I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. I like these type of Star Trek books.
Like these coffee table Star Trek books.
Yeah, I have The Art of Star Trek.
Mm-hmm.
I also like technical manuals, so this kind of fits in along those lines. It has 4.6 out of 5 stars on Amazon. This is only available as a hardcover.
Okay.
And this book is frequently purchased with the autobiography of James T. Kirk. And
how fitting.
If you bought them together, it would be $52.97.
It's not too bad.
Yeah. So check that out. Would you buy this?
Oh, absolutely. I have it on my wish list.
I would buy this as well.
Excellent.
Next up, Green Lantern / Star Trek crossover number 1, available on ThinkGeek for $5.99.
Interesting.
Yep, and ThinkGeek has an exclusive variant cover of the comic.
I've never bought a comic on a website before. Like, I feel when I buy comics, I always go to, the local comic book shop, support your local comic book shop.
Right.
And $6 for a comic sounds pretty expensive, unless this is a like double feature type of book. I don't know. Usually they're in like the $2 to $3 range, unless I'm like wildly out of the loop in comic pricing.
I'm not sure. I feel like that's about average.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I haven't bought a comic in a while.
Yeah.
But I feel like the last time I bought a comic, it was about $4.
Okay.
So this isn't crazy expensive.
I'm wondering why this exists. Like, it seems odd for a crossover, but last year they did the Doctor Who Next Generation crossover, so it's like I think anything's off the table when it comes to Star Trek comics.
Right. In the 90s, there was that X-Men Star Trek crossover book, I believe. So yeah,
which I actually have that.
Oh, you do?
It's actually pretty good.
Okay.
But I mean, I've never been a huge Green Lantern fan,
right?
And I don't know. Is this the original series? I think it is.
I actually can't tell. It looks like it might be the JJ verse.
Oh, it's the JJ. So the description: 2 iconic franchises collide for the blockbuster crossover event of 2015. The crew of the USS Enterprise meets the Green Lantern Corps for the first time in an all-new adventure that spans the cosmos. Don't miss the thrilling first chapter of The Spectrum War, as Kirk and Spock make a most unusual discovery on a lost world, igniting events that will change the fate of empires. And on the regular cover, there's like a Klingon general, and it looks like what's his face from the Undiscovered Country, because he's got the same eye patch. Chang. So it looks like Chang.
Okay.
And he's wearing a yellow lantern ring, which I think was like hate, or like it was like one of those, because in the Green Lantern universe there's different color rings.
Okay.
So I think that's what they're referring to in the Spectrum War. But yes, this is the movie crew. The JJ movie crew.
So the question remains, would you buy this?
I'm curious, but I would not actually buy it.
I wouldn't either. I might just go to a comic book store and thumb through it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's about it. But
and then have them say, this isn't a library.
Exactly.
Then you get out of there. So yeah, we would not buy this.
No.
Moving on to my favorite category is the toys and models section. So first up is the Star Trek 3 phaser pistol replica that's available at ThinkGeek for $39.99. This replicates the phaser pistol seen in Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. It's got, according to ThinkGeek, authentic lights and pew-pew sounds. It's perfect for cosplay or commandeering a transporter. And they say it's two phasers in one. So it's got the phaser 1 unit on top, and then the phaser 2 body. And I think it looks slick. Like, this is nice.
I agree.
It has heat, stun, kill, disintegrate modes. There's also a safety mode when holstered. You can also put it into overload. Yeah, and it comes with 1 cricket phaser and Type 2 pistol grip. The 3 LR44 Bun cell batteries are included. And yeah.
Oh, our favorite types of batteries, Eric.
I hate those. Those are the worst.
Yeah.
But no, I like it. I think it's cool.
I
would buy it.
I would as well. I have an affinity to phasers, and this would go along nicely with the collection. And...
Plus, I think this is the first time we've ever seen this phaser in like a toy or replica form.
Right, I've never seen this.
Yeah, so
before.
This is pretty neat.
And what's also is interesting is the muzzle is black. It's not painted.
It's not painted orange.
Yeah.
That is pretty unique. So yeah, I would definitely say buy this. This is pretty cool. Next up, we have the Star Trek Road Trip board game, also available at ThinkGeek for $24.99. So this is based off the original series. As a new Starfleet recruit, you are bound to face a lot of challenges, finding all your classes, your roommates, switching your toothpaste and shaving cream, trying to avoid the freshman 15. This board game is set up on the premise that if you win this particular challenge, you land an internship on the USS Enterprise. Be the first cadet to complete your scorecard by returning all 4 unique Federation tokens to your dorm and win the prestigious Enterprise Challenge. Do you have what it takes? This is officially licensed, 2 to 4 players, ages 12 plus. Play time is around 60 to 90 minutes, and it includes the game board rulebook, 4 character pieces, 4 scorecards, 16 Federation tokens, 45 access code tokens, 128 phaser tokens, a fabric pouch, 48 action cards, 48 50-50 cards, and 6 die. I think this looks kind of fun. It's kind of like a Monopoly style game board.
Most Star Trek games are trivia based, that I've seen anyway, and require a lot of knowledge in Star Trek. This might be good for a casual fan.
Actually, I think this would be good for casual fan. I'm looking at the pictures, and the cards are basically like, Dr. McCoy orders you to sickbay, where you take the phaser power, blah, blah, blah. Steal 2 phaser tokens from the person on your right.
Yeah.
So I think it's just like a themed Star Trek board game. I don't think that there's any Star Trek knowledge involved.
Well, that's good.
So, yeah, fun for the whole family.
Indeed.
I'm not a huge fan of... Well, I like board games. I'm just not a fan of collecting them. Like, I don't have the space. I just... You know, I think this might be a good party game for maybe a Star Trek themed party. But personally, this is not a buy for me.
I see. This is a maybe for me.
Okay.
I'm on the fence about it because I think this is a game I could get people to play, unlike the other games that I have that are Star Trek related. So on the fence, maybe.
Okay.
Obviously, if someone got it from me, I wouldn't turn it away.
Exactly. Yeah. If this was gifted to me, I'd be like, oh, sweet. And then I'd take it to like a New Year's Eve party or something.
Right.
So, yeah. Next on our list is the Star Trek VI, The Undiscovered Country Enterprise A ship from ThinkGeek for $64.99. And this is the electronic NCC 1701A with light-up engines, bridge and weapons, and sound effects. And this replicates the Enterprise A as seen in the Undiscovered Country. I think this is pretty sweet. It comes with authentic sound effects, 16 quote sound bites from Star Trek IV: The Voyage Home, Star Trek V: The Final Frontier, and Star Trek VI: The Undiscovered Country, including dialogue from Kirk, Spock, McCoy, Sulu, Chekhov, and Uhura, plus phasers, photons, impulse engines, warp drive, transporter, and alert sounds. The light up engines, bridge, and weapons. It includes a great-looking stand, and there is an Easter egg phrase. According to ThinkGeek, there is an Easter egg phrase inside this. So I think this is pretty cool. If you're a fan of collecting all of the electronic starships that they've released in the past, I think this is a good display piece and a nice part of your collection.
Indeed.
I would buy this.
I would too. It looks nice. Definitely if you're into displays, this is something that I would definitely display. I don't remember the nacelles of the ship actually lighting up though. But for a toy, that's probably a key selling point.
It's a nice touch. I like it. But it looks really good.
Yeah.
And I like that there's so many sound effects. I don't think I've ever seen a Star Trek ship like this with that many sound effects.
Yeah, most are only a handful at most, maybe 5 or 6. Definitely not 16.
No, and also a hidden effect, a hidden Easter egg sound.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so I think this is a buy.
Definitely a buy it. It's definitely pricey, but
it is very pricey.
Yeah.
But I mean, look at what you're getting with it. I mean, I think there's a lot of value in here.
Yeah, definitely.
And it looks pretty accurate. Like the sculpting looks amazing on it.
Oh yeah. The you can see the Aztecing in the different shadows. It looks like it's the Aztecing might be actually in the hull, not like painted on.
Yeah, it's a sculpted effect. Yeah.
So it looks cool.
I'm all for it.
So next is clothes, jewelry, and accessories.
Woo!
Yeah. So the next is the Star Trek TNG Unisex Track Jacket from ThinkGeek for $59.99. So you can choose from all the colors, blue, gold, and red. embroidered with the communicator badge and rank pins, and is a ThinkGeek exclusive. Officially licensed. A zipper has a pull-up Starfleet insignia. Ribbed cuffs and waist side pockets. Capacity 1 adult human life form. It is made of polyester. Machine wash cold and tumble dry or lay flat to dry. And it's imported.
Ooh.
So, yeah, what do you think of this?
I think it looks cool, but personally, I would rather go with the hoodie version.
Okay.
I'm not really a big fan of track jackets,
Mm-hmm.
but I think this definitely looks cool. I think it'd be great for a convention, for sure.
Yeah, definitely if you don't want to completely cosplay, but you want to fit in with the crowd, definitely go with this. And it's definitely better than something else that came out this year, which I omitted from the list. But I'll mention briefly, it's the Star Trek TNG unisex cardigan, which is...
Oh, I saw that on their page. That looks horrible.
It looks horrible. I've seen it in real life.
Oh, no.
I saw it at a Newberry Comics.
Uh-huh.
And it's just really bad. At first I saw it, I was like, oh, this looks like it could be cool, and then I opened it up and I was like, nope.
You just went straight up nope.
Nope. And I put it back. And it's expensive too.
It is very expensive.
And this is also expensive, I think, for a track jacket.
It's all part of that licensing, man.
Indeed.
So that's definitely no buy it from you.
Yes.
Or the cardigan.
The cardigan's
what about the track
no
jacket?
buy. This track jacket, no as well.
Yeah, I'm not gonna personally buy this.
But I think it's better than the cardigan, and I think that this is a good purchase if you do get it.
Yeah, it's high quality. We're not, just because we say no, I mean, it may not be our style or whatever, but no, I think this is a great option if you're a fan of track jackets.
Right. Sidetrack really quickly. One of the things I don't like
A sidetrack?
A sidetrack. One of the things I don't like about TNG clothing is that little V shape that they put down towards the bottom.
Well, it's part of the uniform.
It's part of the uniform, but I feel like, if you look at the picture here, they're all wearing blue jeans. So
right.
The effect isn't there if they were wearing black pants. I think it should be just a solid color on the bottom.
Nah, I have to disagree with you on that.
No,
like,
I think
the V shape on the bottom, that's classic Next Generation. Otherwise, it'd look like a reverse Voyager style.
That's true.
So, yeah.
I think there might be a wider appeal for it, though.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, that's just the classic design. Everyone knows that classic uniform shape. So,
right.
I don't think they would get rid of that. That's just part of Next Gen. So.
Right.
But I agree with you. Maybe black jeans would be better.
Yeah,
choice.
if you're gonna wear it.
Yeah, if you're gonna wear it.
Some black jeans. Come on, people.
Why not?
So next up is the Star Trek: The Next Generation Wesley Crusher uniform hoodie. This is
that's a thing.
Yeah, it's a hoodie version of Wesley Crusher's uniform from TNG. Officially licensed, ThinkGeek exclusive. It's the light gray and dark gray combo with.
Dude, look on the side for customer action shots. Will Wheaton is actually wearing this.
Will Wheaton's worn it, which is cool.
That gives it some cred.
Gives it some cred. So it has the horizontal 3-stripe pattern that mimics shoulder design of the original. Note, we originally printed the stripes, but now they're sewn.
I think it's better that they're sewn.
I
like
do.
it's actually fabric.
I do too. Not guaranteed to make you suddenly appear in scenes with a solution to the biggest problem in the universe for no reason, but we will admit that owning it might make you insufferable.
Oh, come on. That's a dig at Wesley.
So this is cotton and polyester,
Yep.
also imported. It's an interesting design.
Yeah.
Yeah, would you buy this?
I would buy it if they had a 3XL option. I like my hoodies to be a little bigger than my shirts, so
Okay.
they don't have a 3XL option. I know I'm a huge fat ass, so no, I mean I would definitely buy this. I think it's fun. I think only real Trekkies would get this.
That's true, because there's no communicator
No.
on this one. So yeah, you would definitely need to be a Star Trek fan to get it.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I would definitely buy this. It's pretty cool, but they don't have my size, so I'm gonna have to pass.
I would not buy it.
Okay.
Just not my style.
It's not my scene, man.
But this next one, maybe. It's the Star Trek TNG Starfleet Tactical hoodie.
I'm looking at this now. This is pretty sweet.
Yeah, pretty sweet. It's also from ThinkGeek. It's for $59.99. So it's let's see. I'll just read the description here. Some away team missions require specialized gear, pattern enhancers, special imaging tools, photon grenades, tactical hoodies, you name it. This hoodie is not part of the uniform Crusher Worf Picard wear on Celtus 3.
Celtris 3.
But rather a fantasy on a theme. What would a tactical hoodie from Star Trek TNG look like? Even though it's in the future, we're pretty sure it'd have some pockets. So it's a 60% cotton, 40% polyester, black and gray hooded sweatshirt, featuring embroidered patch on the right arm and left chest, 2 chest pockets, 1 pocket on the left sleeve, elbow patches, and snap closure epaulets. Machine wash cold, tumble dry low, or lay flat to dry. It's also imported.
Again, I would buy this if it was in my size. I don't know what ThinkGeek has against bigger geeks, but maybe get some better sizes.
So it's pretty cool. It follows, I guess, the TNG movie color scheme with the gray on top.
It kind of reminds me of remember in the original series Star Trek movies, they had those security guards, and they had the same like circular elbow design. Right. So I think this is a nice evolution from the original series movies security people, and they've interpreted it for Next Generation. I think it looks fantastic. I really dig the United Federation of Planets patch on the sleeve, and I like the Starfleet one on the chest. So, yeah, if it was in my size, this would be a total buy for me.
Yep, this is definitely a buy for me. $60 falls in line with the rest of their hoodie. And
they're other typical nerd hoodies that I've seen fall into the $60 range. So it's pretty much standard pricing for a nice quality hoodie.
Right. So next up is the Star Trek TNG Uniform 3-pack panties.
Hello!
And you get one for each division. There are rank, pips, and communicator badge screen printed on the panties.
I like to tap your comm badge.
Yeah. So Eric, would you buy this?
Maybe for my girlfriend.
Yeah.
No, I think these are like super tacky.
I think they're fun. Please note though, did I say the price? This is from ThinkGeek and is $24.99. Right
For a
now, they
3-pack.
only have small in stock. And please note, there are no returns on this item.
Well, I'm sure there wouldn't be.
Yeah. So next up is the Star Trek, the original series knit hat, from ThinkGeek, and is on sale right now for $8.99. And they come in the 3 colors, red, blue, and gold, and have the Division patch on them as well. It has a 3-inch high black cuff and a pom-pom on top.
I like their product specifications because it says one size fits a lot of humans and some Vulcans, but probably not Klingons.
Right, because their head is...
Yeah.
Right.
No, I get the joke. I'm just saying. I like how they worded it.
Yeah. So would you buy this?
No.
No.
I think it looks dumb.
Is it the pom-pom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But another thing, it's a gigantic, one color thing on your head. I think it looks crazy.
Okay.
I'm not a fan. I mean, if you're all for that, fly your geek flag high and proud, but not for me.
I see. So also not for me as well. But maybe this one, the Star Trek The Next Generation winter hat. It also comes in the 3 colors. One size, again, fits a lot of humans, some Vulcans, but probably not Klingons. ThinkGeek exclusive. It also has that kind of like that V shape with the with that there.
I'm not feeling it.
No.
And is it me, or does the gold look like brown in these pictures? That
yeah,
does
for
not
the
look
communicator.
good. No, for the gold division.
Oh.
That looks off.
It does. It might just be the translation from
Yeah, I guess.
to the fabric. This is I don't know if I said it. This is $9.99 on ThinkGeek.
Not a bad price. But...
It's on sale. It's 50% off currently.
Mm-hmm.
I would not buy this. I think you said you wouldn't either.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. So
yeah. But the communicator badge is embroidered in metallic thread, so that's cool.
It does look. It looks nice. Whatever. But
whatever.
but in the pictures for both of these winter hats that we talked about, the models are also sporting the next 2 items that we're talking about.
So the next item is the Star Trek The Original Series scarf. So again, the 3 divisions.
So they've got on one side, it's the division badge insignia embroidered on one end, and the other end is the rank braid from the sleeve of the uniform.
So these don't look too bad to me.
No, I'm just not a fan.
Not a fan.
This is a hard sell for me.
So this is $11.99 also on ThinkGeek. Yeah.
It's just a big color swatch around your neck. I don't know. It's too flashy. I think it's too flashy.
Okay.
Yeah.
But do you think this is something Kirk himself would wear?
Absolutely not.
No? I
No,
can see him being
Kirk,
flashy.
maybe William Shatner. But,
Maybe William
but Kirk.
Shatner. Yeah. So this next one, I think might look a little better. The colors are a little tamer, I think. A little duller.
I have to agree with you on this, and I like the black that they added to it.
Mm-hmm.
I would be more inclined to buy this scarf.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're a super dork if you combine it with the hat.
Uh-huh.
I mean, if you want to get super geek fashionable, but standalone, I think it looks nice.
Yep. And this is the Star Trek The Next Generation scarf, which is on sale for $11.99. Also comes in the different colors. It's a soft polyester fleece with diagonal cut ends and black chevrons on both ends. Think Geek
It
creation.
rhymes.
Think Geek creation and exclusive. It has the communicator emblem on one of the ends there. So the next one, I think this one I'm getting for you for Christmas.
Please do not. I will never wear them.
This is the Star Trek The Next Generation boot slipper. Start the
Oh,
day off
God.
on the right foot. This is on Think Geek for $18.74. So these TNG slippers keep your feet warm on the cold nights in space. Each feature a metallic embroidered communicator badge, non-functional, and rank pips.
Yeah.
So they kind of resemble Uggs.
It's just a slipper with some, like, past the ankle. Yeah, past the ankle style. I don't know. I would never wear this. I'm just saying.
They're available in the three colors.
Of course they are, just like everything
Yeah.
is on these.
Yes, so a no for both of us here.
No.
No. And finally, in this
Oh, yeah,
category,
I might get this.
yeah, these are cool. I've seen these in person.
Yeah.
This is the Star Trek TNG ties. So they come in 3 colors. Apparently also works for fans of Voyager. So
I don't know why they threw that line in there.
I don't know. But it has
Wait. It even says in here, it says fans whose favorite flavor of Star Trek Next Generation and those whose favorite flavor is Voyager rarely see eye to eye on things except for the fact that Star Trek is awesome. But we think that we can agree on these ties. Although these say they're TNG ties, we think with the color stack, the way it's set up, Voyager fans will love these too. They all share the same colors.
yeah.
This description's dumb. I don't know what they're talking about, trying to cite TNG versus Voyager fans. I know we've had our disagreements,
Right.
but it's a freaking tie.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they're bringing up Voyager. It has the communicator symbol for the Next Generation.
Right, on the lower portion here it has the
Yeah.
in black the next gen type of communicator. Also has that V, I guess, chevron style on the bottom. Yeah, so this is something I would buy.
I would actually buy this. This is very nice.
Actually, for my wedding, I was considering getting the blue one to wear.
Oh, that would have been nice.
Yeah.
What was it, shot down?
No, I just decided against it. I didn't want to, because the color isn't exactly right for the color that we had for the wedding. Yeah. So this is $29.99 at Think Geek.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, I'm done with clothing. Next, we are moving on to home goods. So first up, we have Star Trek The Next Generation barbecue set. And this is available at shop.startrek.com for $69.95. And what this is, oh, wow. Okay, that's a thing.
Yep.
So any old crew member can whip up some grill marked meats from the food replicator, but a true captain knows how to command with a grill. The Star Trek barbecue set is perfect for all you grill masters and next generation know-it-alls. The custom stainless steel tool set is equipped for anything with 4 Delta skewers, Delta tongs, a Cardassian fork, and USS Enterprise spatula that all fit into an aluminum carrying case for easy transportation to off-planet grilling missions.
Indeed.
This is ridiculous, but I think it's awesome.
Yeah, Star Trek, their Twitter feed and also their Instagram were toying with us, I guess, with these. They were giving us little pictures of them and like, oh, guess what this is.
Mm-hmm.
And then they released it. I don't know if you mentioned the price. It's $69.95.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of pricey for a barbecue set, if you ask me.
But I'm looking at this case. This is slick.
The case is cool.
It looks like something that you would get off the Enterprise. It's got like a bolted Galaxy class. Yeah, it says Galaxy class grill set. So it's got like kind of like on their cargo containers, it's got that type of logo. So I think it looks cool. I don't have access to a grill. I live in an apartment, so
Right.
I really have no use for this, but I would buy this.
Yeah, I would.
Why not?
I don't think I would, but is cool. I like it, but I wouldn't pay that much money for a grill set.
Yeah. Next up is the Star Trek Enterprise cutting board set, also available at shop.startrek.com for $59.95. The Enterprise is a truly agile and able ship capable of almost anything. In the form of the Star Trek cutting board, the NCC 1701 is ready to serve stellar hors d'oeuvres. Perfect for entertaining aboard the Enterprise, this serves as both an unbeatable cheese plate and a sleek cutting board. In this inspired design, a cheese knife and cheese fork seamlessly tuck away into the board as the engines. The base and utensil handles have small magnets that keep them in place when moving around. The base also features cracker slots to keep crackers in place. The ship is laser etched into the top with accurate details. Flip over the vessel for cheese and crackers and use the base as a full-size cutting board. Made from durable and sustainable bamboo, hand wash only, dry thoroughly before storing, and it includes the cheese knife and the cheese fork. This is ridiculous.
It is ridiculous, but I like it a lot.
I kind of do too. Yeah, I'm not hosting a lot of parties,
Right?
So I really don't have a use for this, but I think it's very creative.
I do too. It's actually the first time that I saw that it had the knife and fork hidden.
That's pretty slick.
That is, because I've only seen pictures of it in its combined form.
Yeah.
So it's cool. The cracker slots are kind of amusing to me.
It's almost like isolinear chips.
Yeah.
in a way. No, I think this is pretty cool. I mean, I wouldn't buy it, but I think it's cool. And suddenly I'm really hungry for like cheese and crackers and salami. Like that's a very appetizing photo.
I wouldn't buy it personally, but I want someone to buy it for me.
Oh yeah, if someone gets this for me, I'm totally gonna host parties just to show this off.
Yeah, just to show it off. It's very cool. Very cool.
Next up, we have the Star Trek 2016 calendar, Ships of the Line, also available at shop.startrek.com for $14.99. I've also seen this on Amazon and in your local calendar mall place. So yes, this is a longtime favorite and one of my longtime favorites for hardcore Trekkies and sci-fi fans. Star Trek Ships of the Line 2016 wall calendar is a unique collector's edition celebrating the landmark 50th anniversary and gives aficionados something they cannot get elsewhere. Spectacular original illustrations showcasing the franchise's most famous starships and vessels. It's got its characteristic horizontal format, which maximizes the detail and up-close views of many ships in the Star Trek universe and puts the viewer right in the center of iconic moments from Star Trek history. I don't have to say will I buy it because I've already bought this.
Okay.
I've been a huge fan of the Ships of the Line series. I have most of the calendars. I have both books that they released. The images in this particular one, since it is the 50th anniversary, they feature all of the series, actually except Voyager. Like, there isn't a Voyager specific picture in this, which was a little disappointing. But otherwise, they cover the franchise pretty well, in like from Enterprise, the movies, all that stuff. I think the images this year are very spectacular, and it's a definite buy from me because I already bought it.
Nice. I've always liked this series, but I've never purchased one because I don't use calendars. Not only electronic calendars. So this looks pretty, but I really have no use for it.
No, I can see it. Yeah. Next up is the Star Trek Executive 2016 calendar, also from shop.startrek.com for $14.99. Same price as the last one. This is a sophisticated way to incorporate geekery into daily life. The Star Trek 2015/16 16-month calendar executive engagement calendar features a streamlined layout for keeping track of appointments, dates, and occasions using sleek Star Trek typefaces. It has an elegant stamped cover which features the Starfleet Delta symbol, giving only the slightest hint to the sci-fi awesomeness inside.
So if you're a closet Star Trek fan?
Yeah, I guess.
Get this. And I guess if you were a businessman and you had an office, you couldn't really throw it out there that you're or go hardcore into Star Trek in your office. So this is a nice subtle way to do it.
It's not a buy for me. I mean, when I'm at work, I use a work calendar and Outlook. Like I don't use an appointment calendar. It's kind of old school.
Right. Yeah, not a buy for me either. For the reasons stated for the last one, I'm just not into actual calendars.
Well, you might be into this. This is the Borg Cube rug from ThinkGeek for $59.99, and this. Well, eventually the Borg will be everywhere. Perhaps if they see this cube in your cube, they'll think they've already assimilated you and leave you alone. Probably not, but it's worth a try. Any strategy that keeps you one more moment away from getting implants is good, especially seeing as how Star Trek rescues tend to be a last-minute thing. The Borg cube rug obviously would look great anywhere, but we think it looks best in your cubicle, where you're most likely to be assimilated by the collective. Measuring 52 inches by 52 inches, it's ready and willing to join your decor. Resistance is futile. No, we've had some customers complain they thought they started hearing things after purchasing this rug. We asked them to keep us updated. It must not have been related because we haven't heard back from any of the customers in question. So it's officially licensed, made from 100% polyester pile. Again, it's 52 inches wide and 52 inches long. And they recommend a rug grip for safety reasons. So I think the design looks cool. It definitely looks like a Borg cube. I also like the picture that they used for that living room.
Yeah,
I kind of want a living room like that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think that's very cool. It's stylish. I think if even if you're not a Star Trek fan, I think it's a cool pattern. It's definitely unique.
Right. It's definitely another subtle way to say that you're a Star Trek fan without actually saying that you're a Star Trek fan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think it's a good size too. Perfect, like they have here in front of a couch.
Right.
But would you buy this, Aaron?
No, I wouldn't.
As big of a Borg fan as you wouldn't buy this?
Yeah, no, it's not my thing.
All right.
No, you?
No.
No. Okay.
I do think it's a cool idea, like they suggested for a cubicle. I think that's pretty unique. I think that'd be a good thing.
Yeah,
but...
I mean, if I had this living room, then okay, I'd get it.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah, yeah.
Next up is the Star Trek The Next Generation Enterprise rug. It's a flying carpet. So it's not the ventral, dorsal view of the Enterprise D. Yeah. Rug doesn't actually fly unless you hurl it with significant force, which they don't recommend. Yeah, what are the dimensions on this? It is 52 inches wide and about 71 inches long. Again, rug grips for safety reasons. I think this is a cool-looking rug.
I think it's cool, but whereas the last rug, was kind of a subtle way to show your Star Trek, this is like the in-your-face, I'm a Star Trek nerd way.
Right, and it's kind of oddly shaped.
Yeah, because of the nature of the Enterprise, they wanted, I don't know why they couldn't just extend the borders. But
Right.
yeah, this is I've never seen a rug shaped like this. And it kind of defeats the purpose of a rug.
Right.
In my opinion.
Yeah, it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. But it's cool. It's cool.
It's definitely cool.
I would not buy it.
No. I would not buy this either.
Okay. And I don't know if I mentioned it, it's $59.99 on ThinkGeek.
Again, most of our items are from ThinkGeek, so this is like almost a big ThinkGeek plug.
Yeah. You're welcome, ThinkGeek.
Yeah, give us stuff already. Come on.
So next up is something that I recently seen and I think are very, very cool, are the Star Trek Transporter Pad LED coasters. So these are light-up coasters, and they play the materialization/dematerialization sound. Note, they will not actually materialize or dematerialize your drinks.
Aw, come on.
It's This is $29.99 on ThinkGeek. It comes with a set of 4 coasters. Lights turn off after 10 seconds to preserve the battery. The batteries are 2 CR2032 button cell batteries, which are not
batteries.
they're not included.
They're not included? Nope. Instant not buy.
On the bottom, there is an on/off/light-only switch to conserve batteries. And if you get these, they don't come with batteries, so they'll be constantly off.
Thank you, Aaron.
They have a little Delta shield and Star Trek written along the sides of them. They are 1/2 inch thick and 3.5 inches in diameter. So these are substantial. They're big, puck-sized coasters, a little bigger than what you would normally have. Would you
Did you watch the video?
I haven't.
It's kind of cool. Watch the video.
All right. And you guys get to hear the music. Oh, that's cool. Okay. They put down the glass.
Yeah, that's how you activate it.
And you picked it up and it activates again. Touch-sensitive lighting, optical sound effects, 4 coasters per set.
I would buy this if it came with batteries, but those cell batteries are a pain in the butt to find and are kind of expensive.
Right.
So, I would hold off from buying on these. Again, if I got them as a gift, awesome.
Right.
But I'm not running out the door to get coasters.
Right. ThinkGeek, it's highly illogical not to include batteries. Yeah.
Also give us working transporters, please.
Transport my drink over to me. So I would buy them, but I am not going to.
Yes.
So next up is something crazy. It's the giant Star Trek Borg Cube indoor-outdoor mood light.
What is this?
It can be a chair. It holds up to
come on.
190 pounds. It could be a footstool or a mood light. It has 16 different colors. This is $199.99. So
Good
$200.
Lord.
Let me get the dimensions here. It's a 15.5-inch cube. That weighs 9 pounds.
Comes with a remote control, and
Yes.
it's got flash, strobe, fade, and smooth modes.
Right. Internal battery lets you put it wherever, only don't get it wet.
I would hope not.
So it has built-in rechargeable lithium batteries in the unit. One charge provides up to 8 hours of light at low setting, plus a battery in the remote, which is included. Recharge via the AC power cord takes about 3 to 4 hours. So, ages 14 plus. So, Eric, would you buy this?
Absolutely not. Not for that price.
I agree with you. That is insane.
Yeah. For a light.
Right. But you can sit on it.
But I don't care. I couldn't sit on it anyway. I'm more than 190 pounds.
Okay.
I lost the thing.
Yeah.
But no, I wouldn't be able to justify this. That's crazy.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with you. But next up might be something a little bit more reasonable. Again, with the Borg theme, it's the Borg Cube Giant Floor Standing Paper Lantern. Some assimilation required. This is $39.99 on ThinkGeek. It's a 18-inch cube floor
Which is
lamp.
bigger than the other one we just mentioned at 15 and a half.
You cannot sit on this, however.
Because it's paper.
Because it's paper. Yeah, so it has a bulb type 40-watt max yep.
Incandescent.
Yep. Bulb, which is not included.
Ooh.
An
Why
inline
is this not
on-off foot toggle. It's 1 3/4 pounds. Suitable for indoor use only. Would you buy this, Eric?
Nope.
No.
That is 18 inches for a lamp. That's some significant space that you need to. It's some significant space you need to have.
Right.
And plus, with being made of like such a flimsy material, like I think like if you have a pet, they would ruin it. If
Right.
you had a small kid, they would ruin it. I don't know. I don't like it. I think it looks stupid. That's no buy from me.
So this is, for both of us, a no-go. Next up is the Star Trek Beach Towels. It's an exclusive. This is for, ThinkGeek exclusive, $19.99. There are two versions of the towel. There's a Boldly Go or TNG Enterprise. So the Boldly Go version shows the original Enterprise, a warping, it looks like, and the TNG Enterprise is again a top-down view on top of a blue Delta shield made of cotton. Dimensions are 59 inches long by 29.5 inches wide. So would you buy this?
I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fun for the beach. Get to show off your Star Trek nerding.
Indeed.
it's
Which
cool.
one would you buy?
Both. I'm not getting into this argument.
Okay.
I'm not getting into the TOS versus TNG argument.
Well,
but actually, stylistically,
Yeah.
I like the TNG one better.
I
Just
was-
because it's more graphic
okay.
and it doesn't like in your face say Star Trek on it.
Okay, I can agree with you there. I kind of like the original, though. I don't know why. I think it looks neater. I don't know, but
Both of them look cool. Yeah.
yeah, they both look cool. They both definitely look cool. I would buy it.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I think it's fun.
True that. Now, continuing with the Borg again.
And towels.
And towels. The Borg bath towel set. Think Geek, $39.99. So add these towels' biological and technological distinctiveness to your own.
Oh yeah, gotta have that towel technology.
Yeah, their black bath towel has an embroidered row of gray and green Borg circuitry. The black hand towel features a green embroidered Borg symbol.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a 2-towel set, officially licensed, made of cotton. So one is 31.5 inches by 59 inches, and the other 15 3/4 inches by 31.5 inches. So would you buy it?
No.
No. I would say no as well, because there is a Star Trek 3-piece bath towel set, which I think looks a lot better.
And it's probably cheaper, right?
Let's see here. It's $49.99.
Okay.
And while we're here, why don't we just talk about it? So it's the Star Trek 3-piece bath towel set. They're actually pretty cool. They have NCC 1701 and a little outline of the Enterprise. At least one of them has the UFP symbol. Another one has To Boldly Go with a side view of the original Enterprise, and they're gray in color.
I actually stylistically, I like these a lot better than the Borg one.
Yep.
Like, I think these are a little bit more classy.
Yeah, definitely. I like these a lot over the Borg ones.
Me too.
Yeah, definitely a lot classier. So would you buy it?
Yeah. I mean, if I was going for some Star Trek home decor, I would actually purchase this. These are subtle. I think the gray is a nice touch, and the silver threads. I think it looks good.
So next up is the Romulan Ale glasses. This is a set of 4 official Romulan ale glasses, banned in some sectors of the galaxy, but we won't tell. A Think Geek creation and exclusive. So they have etched onto them the Romulan Star Empire emblem from Nemesis. And it looks pretty cool. So they have a capacity of 12 ounces each. Not microwave safe, but they are dishwasher safe. Would you buy this?
Yeah, if I was hosting a Star Trek party, yeah, I'd definitely buy these. I think these are pretty cool. I really like the etched logo. I really like the picture they included filled with a blue liquid. It really makes the glass pop, especially the logo.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think this is classy. I would buy it.
I agree with you.
I think it's funny they recommend the Blue Jones or blue. They recommend the Jones Soda Blue Bubblegum or Sonic's Ocean Water, or for those over 21, something with a splash of Curacao. So all blue flavor or blue colored drinks, blue flavored. That's not
I love that blue flavor.
I love that blue taste.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool, and I think I like the fact that they have the newer style Romulan logo as opposed to the old style.
Yeah, I think it's a nice touch.
And finally, in the home goods section, the Star Trek USS Enterprise sushi set. This is.
I feel like we've talked about this.
I think
we've talked about this before.
We may have.
I think we did.
Yeah.
Earlier this year. Yeah.
This is on sale for $29.99. So a sushi set that looks like the Enterprise from the original series. The warp trails are really chopsticks, and the saucer is a soy sauce dish. Think Geek creation and exclusive. It is not dishwasher or microwave safe. It has a wooden base, BPA-free chopsticks, stainless steel soy sauce section.
The Enterprise body rotates for perfect sauce placement.
Oh, I see that. That's cool. Would you buy it?
I eat a lot of sushi, but I'm horrible with chopsticks. So I think it's awesome looking. I think I would buy this. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this is kind of cool.
I agree
It's
with you.
very unique.
Very. I'm not great with chopsticks, but when push comes to shove, I can use them. I'm not a big sushi fan, however.
So this might not be for you.
But I feel like I could still use it as like I could put a plate on that and eat something else.
Sure.
Yeah. So yeah, I would definitely buy this as well.
Okay. Cool. Now we are moving to prints section, like poster prints. The first is the Live Long and Prosper LLAP, actually from Bye Bye Robot for $25. Let me open this up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. Okay, so this piece is 12 inches by 24 inches on heavyweight 10-point cardstock, acid-free, by artist Drew Riley. And this is a breathtaking print inspired by Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan. Within the scene, the viewer is essentially a part of the crew, peeking through the shadows to observe the engine room of the USS Enterprise during the emotional finale. Artist Drew Riley has stated that the grief she felt upon learning of Leonard Nimoy's passing was the impetus for this piece. It was, in her words, therapy and the way that she, as a fan, could recover from the loss of the beloved actor. And it features her depiction of that emotional scene at Star Trek II, The Wrath of Khan.
I think this is a great piece.
Yeah, I do too.
I especially like the detail of the Vulcan hand salute imprint in the glass.
Yeah, I thought that was a very nice touch. I really like her style of painting. I think it looks nice, and it captures the somberness of the moment.
Right.
So yeah, I am a fan of this. I would buy it, but I don't know where I would display it, really.
Right. I would buy it as well, and I have the same issue. I don't know where I put it, but I definitely like this. It's very nice.
Yeah, it's respectfully done.
Right.
Next and finally is a poster or artwork entitled Jean's Dream, also available at Bye Bye Robot for $25. It's also, it's an 18 by 24 inch print, again on heavyweight 10-point cardstock, acid-free. This is by artist Paul Shipper. In this piece, Paul Shipper gives fans something that they don't often see. Star Trek creator Gene Roddenberry alongside the original series bridge crew. Bye Bye Robot worked in conjunction with Roddenberry Entertainment Incorporated and CBS Studios Incorporated to bring this unique print to fans. Shipper used a colorful star field as the backdrop to the new piece entitled Jean's Dream. It's filled with bright stars and the vastness of space. This image captures an almost ethereal quality. The placement of the USS Enterprise and the crew of the original series hints at the grand ideas Gene Roddenberry had while building his dream of the future into a reality. This is fully licensed by CBS Consumer Products, and Gene Roddenberry's likeness is used under license from Roddenberry Entertainment Incorporated, all rights reserved. I think this is a fantastic piece.
I agree.
And it's not often that we see artwork that has Gene Roddenberry's likeness.
Right.
So
it's definitely a unique piece.
Yeah, and I really like the style of all the original series actors.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely like this style of artwork, It kind of reminds me of Drew Struzan, like movie poster artwork, who famously did a lot of, like he did all the Star Wars posters back in the day. So it kind of invokes that to me. So again, this would be a buy for me if I knew how to display it or where to put it.
Right, this is also a buy for me as well. And there's also a black and white version available.
Oh, I didn't know that. Very nice.
It's also $25, and it's exactly the same except in black and white. So next up are some holiday items. First up...
You should just say ornaments. Because these are all ornaments.
So first up is the Star Trek II The Wrath of Khan, Mr. Spock and Captain Kirk, The Needs of the Many ornament. This is $29.95 from Hallmark.
It's worth noting that Hallmark has a special offer right now where if you buy one or more Hallmark keepsake ornaments, you get $5 off your next purchase. The $5 bounce back promo code will be emailed on December 9th. And this is valid towards purchases online December 9th through Christmas Eve, December 24th.
Very good. So this is obviously a tree ornament. It's of the scene where Spock passes away. So it is a magic sound ornament dated 2015. Artist crafted, battery operated. Batteries are included. And this is something I've actually already purchased. So I would buy it.
I'm not a fan of collecting ornaments like you, but I think this is a good buy.
And it does have sound. You press it and it will go through the lines of the scene, ship of danger, so forth. So a good buy, $29.99, $29.95. Next up, we have the Star Trek Lieutenant Nyota Uhura ornament, and this is the last in the series, the Star Trek Legends series. There will be next year a limited edition Chekhov, which really rounds out this series. If you've collected the Star Trek Legends series, which I have all of them ones up until this year. I don't have this year yet, but I'm assuming.
Well, you better hurry up because it is out of stock online.
I know someone bought it for me already.
Well, there you go.
So it's out of stock online, but I'm sure you'll be able to find it in store. It is $14.95. Again, it's a tree ornament, dated 2015. Artist created. This does not make any sound. It's just the model. Would you buy this?
I haven't been collecting them. I mean, I think it's a good likeness of Uhura, but yeah, I probably wouldn't buy it.
Yeah, so if you don't have the others in the series, it might be a little too late to jump into it.
They can get pretty expensive on the aftermarket, right?
Yeah, they can. And at conventions, they always up the price. Finally, is the Star Trek Next Generation USS Enterprise NCC-1701C ornament. So this is the fourth vessel to bear the name Enterprise. Played a crucial role in establishing peace between the Federation and the Klingon Empire. Press the button to illuminate the lights on the ship. So this is a magic light. Dated 2015. Artist created. Battery operated and is included. Would you buy this?
I would buy this. I have the Voyager Hallmark model, and I really like the quality of that and the representation of the ship. I think this is a really good representation of the Enterprise C. So yes, I would buy this. I would lean more personally for me. I lean more because I like the ships more.
Right.
So I lean more towards like the ship ornaments. in the Hallmark series.
Right, I agree. I don't know if I mentioned it. This is $32.95, so the more expensive of the Star Trek ornaments this year. Worth the buy, I believe, and hopefully I will get this. I don't have this yet. And I do have something else I should mention. If you do have any of the older Star Trek ship models, like the Voyager one, that is connected via the light cord. The newer ones are all battery operated, but if you have the other old ones from the 90s, you might want to look into picking up the Hallmark Keepsake Legacy cord, which I have purchased for, let's see, do I have the price on here? $14.95. I'm going to test this out this year with my older Star Trek keepsake ornaments and see if they light up or not. So hopefully they will. And this is this powers up to 4 ornaments and is plugged into electrical outlet.
So is this because they're phasing out like that old style connector? Lights?
Yeah. They don't make anything with that older connector anymore.
Okay.
So
because I was actually wondering about that because I've got my Voyager one, so I'm like, how do I?
Yeah.
Like I haven't even tested it.
Yeah. So I mean, this I think is a good buy. I have more than 4, but I figured I'd test it out at least.
Mm.
So this I think is a good buy for about $15.
And that's at the Hallmark store?
Yes. Yep, at the Hallmark
Okay.
store. I bought it a few months ago, actually, but I haven't tried it out yet. But I'm sure they still have it in the stores, especially now that it's
that
Christmas
is
time.
here. Yeah.
So yeah, that does it for our gift guide. And Eric, you mentioned before you have something that puts your quantum state into flux.
Yeah, and especially after I don't know. I think I think what puts my quantum state into flux is just how like severely licensed and over commercialized Star Trek has become.
Mm.
I
Have
get
you
it.
noticed Star Wars this year?
No, I get it. Star Wars is all over the place, and for good reason with a new movie coming out.
Right.
And I get it. Star Trek is entering its 50th anniversary. Of course, we're going to have a ton of products.
Mm-hmm.
But when you start getting into, to me, BS things like freaking floor slippers and like weird cheese sets and I don't know. It's like it's almost getting too much. Like
Mm-hmm.
I don't even think the hardcorest of Trekkies would decorate their entire house with all this stuff. I don't know. Maybe there are some people that do, and more power to you. But like, I get it. They're in a business to make money. Licensing is the big thing when a show is not on the air, but you have a legacy franchise like this. But to me, it's like there's almost too much Star Trek stuff out there.
Right.
Like, I think it's a bit much. Like, I think what really pushed me over was when we were talking about all the, like, the hat and the scarves and the boots. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
do you want to look like a complete idiot if you wear all these out? Like, I don't want to pull a William Shatner Get a Life, but, like, I really wonder who is buying all this stuff to, like, justify them to keep making this stuff. Like,
Mm-hmm.
personally, I wouldn't wear one of these, let alone, a whole outfit of this stuff.
Right.
And I don't know, like the booty slippers, like with the Star Trek, it's like, who's going to see that outside of your home? Like,
Right.
I don't know. So my qualm state is, like, I'm glad that we do these holiday gift guides, but like half the stuff, I want to say half the crap. It's like it's too much. I would never have a use for it
Mm-hmm.
in my home.
Right.
Like even the Star Trek pizza cutter that I got for Christmas a few years ago, like, to me, it just looks pretty. I would never use it to cut an actual pizza.
Oh, you've never used it?
I used it one time, and you can clean it, whatever. But I don't know. Like, to me, it's like it's too much. It's too much. So my qualm state is like, there's just too much Star Trek crap. Like,
well, wait until next year, Eric.
Oh, I know. It's the 50th anniversary. We're going to be inundated with useless junk. But I don't know, when you got a Star Trek paper lamp for $35
that's a little much. Those board lamps were crazy.
Yeah. And in my mind, I'm like, what fan in their right mind is buying this stuff? Like, it's just, it's too much. So that's my opinion. I think I'm getting a little burnout Star Trek merchandise wise, but I'm going to keep collecting what I like to collect: the Ships of the Line calendars, the very nice coffee table books, the ship ornaments, any action figures that are exclusive. So I think, especially if you're in the Star Trek fandom, you really need to decide what you're going to collect. Otherwise, I mean, you're going to be spending all your money if you try to get everything. And the only reason I would see a use, like with the home goods stuff, like if you had a dedicated, like, this is my Star Trek room, like that would make the most sense, like in a themed Star Trek room. If you have an office, like a home office like you do, Aaron, or a nice place where you display your collection, like a man cave. I think that stuff for a Star Trek man cave would be amazing. But if you got this stuff like all over your house, like, I don't know. I think that would be a little much.
Yeah,
that's just my opinion.
I think a lot of it is you have a relative that's a Star Trek fan.
Right.
And then you have the non-Star Trek fans buying stuff for them, for the Star Trek fan.
Right.
So, like, your aunt is like, oh, he likes Star Wars? No, Star Trek. He likes Star Trek. Let me get him these slippers, or let me buy him that hat. And they buy it for you. I think that's what a lot of this is.
But still, like, some of the stuff, like the home goods, like if that's a design choice, that's like a home design choice. If you're doing like a board carpet, I don't think anyone's buying that for you as a gift. Like, that's a lifestyle choice you got going on there.
Right.
And hey, more power to the people that do buy this stuff. But for me, I think it's getting quite a bit ridiculous with the licensed merchandise.
It can be.
So that's what put my quantum state into flux.
Yeah.
People can hate on me all they want, but whatever. I think it's getting out of hand.
Do you think that's the same with every fandom, or just Star Trek in particular?
I think this is a definite, like, Star Trek in particular thing. Like, obviously, I do watch Star Wars. I'm not a massive part of the fandom, but yeah, with the licensing is crazy for that too, because there's a new movie, and you got Star Trek or Star Wars headphones, and Star Wars water bottles, and I get that, but
what the craziest, just to interrupt you for a second, the craziest Star Wars product that I've seen is
what's that?
Star Wars shower heads.
See, again, that's getting ridiculous. Like, that is a home style choice. That's like, hey, my whole apartment's going to be Star Wars. Hey, cool. That's cool. Roll with it, bro. But like, if you're so dedicated that you're replacing your shower head with the Millennium Falcon, I think we've got issues.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's and like, in regards to the Power Rangers fandom, like, I know it's more kids oriented series, so mainly the collectibles are toys. For adult collectors, it's the legacy items, the nice DVD sets. So you don't get into like, ooh, the Power Rangers carpet that I'm gonna get, or the Power Rangers desk lamp. That's not a thing that happens. So so it's more contained. Like, yeah, you have posters, and we did our own gift guide on Ranger Command.
Right.
So there are definite categories, but not like, I think our home goods section this year was ridiculous. Like, sure, whatever, but I'm just not a fan. So.
No, I hear you.
So sorry to end on kind of a down note. Hey, spend your money the way you want to. Whatever, it's your money. But for me, I definitely think it's out of hand.
I think what you're saying is save your money and get a subscription to CBS All Access for the new Star Trek series.
That's another thing. If someone complains about Star Trek being on All Access for $5.99 a month, and they've got like a Star Trek Borg rug in their living room, you have no argument to stand on if you do not want to get CBS All Access.
Right.
Like, don't be a hypocrite. Save your money on these ridiculous products. Support the show. Do that. Buy the Blu-rays. Buy the next generation Blu-rays so we can maybe get Deep Space Nine remastered. Mm-hmm. Support what's going to drive the show forward. And of course, all these products are, because it's licensed by CBS and Paramount. But I'm saying, if you're going to complain about like the TV show being on a streaming only site for $5 a month, and you're spending, $50 on a rug, mm-hmm. maybe think your fandom priorities,
Right. I hear you.
So, yeah.
So, Eric, if you want people to complain about what you just said, where can they go to complain to you?
Go to Star Trek Risa, Trekkie B47, because I'm never on it. Uh-huh. But Trekkie B47 on Twitter, Instagram. Yeah, find me there on YouTube if you want to make a YouTube comment. You can also find my podcast at rangercommand.com, also part of the Four Eyed Radio Network. But I'm mainly on Twitter, Instagram, so there you go.
All right, and if you want to find me, Twitter, Instagram, Star Trek Risa, at Nova Charter. So thank you all for listening, and I hope that our guide will be helpful to you. All the links will be in the show notes on the website at sfescapepod.com. So until next time, we will talk to you later.
Keep on trucking. And have a happy holidays.
Oh yeah, happy holidays, whatever you celebrate.
Yes, live long and prosper.
Ciao.
You have been listening to the Starfleet Escape podcast on the Four Eyed Radio Network, where you can catch a new episode every other Monday. You can find us on the web at sfescapepod.com. Follow us on Twitter at sfescapepod. Like us on Facebook.com/sfescapepod. And add us to your circle on Google Plus by going to google.sfescapepod.com.
This has been another great presentation of the Four Eyed Radio Network. You can catch more shows at foureyedradio.com.